Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator. In this video, we're gonna talk about Tucker. We're not just gonna talk about him, we're gonna put him to the test to see if he will be a journalist. Now, you all know he interviews everybody. The most interesting people in the world join Tucker in his home. And right here, he highlighted that he interviewed Bobby Kennedy, and Bobby's a godsend. And Bobby, he explains why measuring everything by its carbon footprint is a mistake. There's better ways to protect nature that everyone can agree with. Now, here's Bobby's presidential campaign. Here's policies. And then if we go down here, we can go to, he's going to be the best environmental president in history. This is going to be tomorrow's video. But yes, Bobby never wanted to shy away from proclaiming he's God. But when we come down here, he's going to end corporate capture of environmental regulatory agencies. You know what? If we just live responsibly, we don't care about any regulatory agencies, basically. Okay? But I mean, yeah, they shouldn't be captured by people that are there to not really do good, but Bobby hasn't done good for 25 years if you've been around here before. Okay, Bobby Kennedy is a preventing solutions fraud since 98. I've done a bunch of videos about it. I even sent Tucker right here. Well, I've sent it to other people too, to join the resistance, who's doing a big thing, and the guy is out there promoting Bobby. He walks on water. That was my video yesterday. But right here, I sent Tucker a bunch of Bobby's videos about what a preventing solutions fraud he is, okay? Bobby has been a preventing solutions fraud, the light years best environmental education and agenda since 98. Bobby could not be prouder. To not end our disposable society, to not end global environmental illiteracy so people can even understand the environment and talk intelligently about it and gain individual cooperation. That right there would do a world of good if we just cut out people's abuse and leadership by example, which Mr. Private Jet Bobby isn't providing. And how about hemp? Nowhere near, anywhere near Bobby's agenda here. He's going to reduce toxic chemicals, pollution, and plastic waste. Bobby has refused to do light years better than that since 98. We wouldn't be talking about this if Bobby had gotten on board and given the world solutions, used his voice, and simply got all of these things done. Okay, we would be so far beyond. Okay, of course we have to protect the rivers and forests and fisheries and wildlife habitat. From corporate abuse. Okay, let me tell you. You know where I think he's talking about the pollution that goes into the water. Well, all of that pollution that goes into, especially like rivers and fisheries, that's right. It's because of our bad habit. And what was Bobby going to do? That's right. Clean up rivers. That's right. Except he hasn't. Okay, 50% of waterways. I haven't sent Tucker that email yet. We'll get to the emails in a minute here, but adopt a wildfire management plan to keep forests resilient. Yeah, I mean, great. That's nothing in comparison to this. Nowhere does it say hemp. Nowhere does it say end our disposable society. Bobby does not have solutions, and Bobby is giving you Mickey Mouse. But of course he acts like it's great, and he just, Bobby Kennedy is talking, so it's kind of like James O'Keefe. God is speaking. Just do what I say. If I'm giving you the most remedial, that I'm finally going to do something 25 years later, I'm only going to give you the most remedial, worthless ideas in action while I am refusing the light years best. So I remind Bobby of that here. Bobby doesn't care. I just sent Tucker my first email today asking Tucker to expose Bobby as the preventing solutions fraud Bobby has been proud to be. I put links there, and Bobby doesn't care because so far, Alex Jones, James O'Keefe, Del Bigtree, everybody has given Bobby a pass. Bobby hates censorship, except that's not true because Bobby only has his environmental reputation based on Alex Jones censorship, based on James O'Keefe censorship, and now join the resistance. And we'll see about Tucker. I'm putting Tucker to the test. I put out here, Tucker just started being presented the truth that Bobby's been preventing solutions fraud since 98. And I give him a link here and the website. And I put a screenshot of what I put on Bobby's Facebook page out there. Right now, our hope is Tucker. He's the biggest name in journalism. So I've been sending, Bobby forever, through his companies that, of course, never respond because Bobby's basically a grifter, He's, oh my God, there's a problem. And he goes out and forms a nonprofit and gets donations. And then, I heard he pays himself like $500,000 to whatever he does at Children's Health Defense. Now, they list climate change as a reason of why kid health is so bad, And that's because Bobby hasn't given us solutions for 25 years. So Bobby doesn't give you solutions, goes out, pretends like he cares about them, solicits donations, pays himself well. Just like water keepers. Bobby's a hero with the waters, except 50% of our waterways are too polluted to fish and swim in or drink from. But they solicit donations. I don't know what his association there is, but he's good at like everybody else, like Gore, like McKibben. They just solicit donations and not deliver. How is that not being a grifter? Anyways, so today I've been all this week emailing Join the Resistance, friends of Bobby's, who's running the show there, and we're gonna have honest, open conversations and censorship and give solutions. Well, why not real environmental solutions? So these are a bunch of emails I fired off to Tucker today. Tucker, you're obligated to do Bobby Kennedy correction report. Tucker's a journalist, right? When journalists give bad information, when they have been misled by the person they're interviewing and they then find out, wow, that was really bad information, it is a journalist's obligation to go out there and correct it. You can see what I wrote right here. It's short and sweet. You are obligated to correct this massive, intentional, fraudulent misrepresentation. Here's one. I ask, is it we the people or is it nothing dictator Donald, remedial false god Bobby allowed? Do we only get environmental solutions that are the remedial Bobby is finally talking about? And do we get the nothing that Donald will do? Donald will not do anything. Is that what we get? Or is it we the people? Do we have a say? Do we get to overrule them? Well, we could if Tucker would get this truth out there, and Tucker has direct connection to Donald, so Tucker can get this information to Donald. Like, Donald, seriously? This is light years better than what Bobby's telling you. And why aren't we doing it? Right here, I sent him the letters that I sent Navarro in prison. And I'll just scroll through these. We can look at them another time. It's 2 letters and there's a lot of information here, but I talk a lot about the chemicals and the toxins that we need to get out of society. It's doing so much harm and ending our disposable society. And how about leading with hemp? Donald Trump legalized it, and Tucker can get this into Donald Trump's hands. Tucker sat with Donald Trump at the Republican National Convention the first night. Tucker got J.D. Vance to be the vice president. Tucker can get the best to Donald and demand that we do it. And if Donald still won't do it, Tucker can get this to the public and then put public pressure on the Donald. Well, Tucker, we're going to find out. I let him know Oasis is crazy. She knows nothing. I show them her post in my comment here, and here's Bobby's videos. I'm like, Tucker, journalism is truth the world needs that others don't want printed. Bobby doesn't want this printed. Alex Jones doesn't want it to be known. James O'Keefe does not want people to know how proud he is to be censoring desperately needed global truth and desperately needed global solution. But guess what? If Tucker's a journalist, Tucker needs to do it. Alex Jones and James O'Keefe need to clean up their act too. Alex Jones last week was out there talking about Jack Posobiec, and he gave Jack his big break because Jack didn't even have an audience, and and Alex wants to give people bigger audiences and get information out there, and Jack Posobiec had no audience, and Alex had him on, and boom, now he's everywhere, okay? So Tucker put out this thing. It was on Citizens Free Press. Right here, comedy break from Tucker Carlson. He got this letter from Kamala. It says, never thought that they had anything in common, but boy, was I wrong. The other night, I was looking at the internet and saw your conversation with Bobby Kennedy. There wasn't a word I disagreed with. Love, Kamala. Now, I haven't listened to this. I haven't put myself through listening to Bobby be deceptive and flat out lie to the public, okay, and give you remedial while he is preventing the best. But if you click on this, I did put a comment here. I'm like, funny, but comedy aside, let's get down to journalism. Today you started getting truth that all environmental voices have prevented the light years better than Bobby is now talking about, but is kept from the world since 98. And you know what is interesting? 2 people down from me is Jack Posobiec. So I even, right here, see your above reply and get Alex Jones to finally, way too late, deliver truth is what I replied to Jack here. But is that going to matter? None of it's going to matter if Tucker doesn't deliver the world this truth. Tucker has the ability to. Tucker could do it tomorrow. Tucker can get this to the Donald. Tucker can get this to the people and then put pressure on the Donald to actually give us real solutions, because it isn't the Donald the dictator. Donald Trump doesn't care about the one livable planet that we know of. He is a public servant, or wants to be. Again, a public servant. His first 4 years of being a public servant, he spit on even thinking about having any respect for the one planet that we know of that supports life. And we have to do better than that. We have to hold our public servants accountable. And Tucker will. Tucker's buddy-buddy with all these people. Will he do it? Will Tucker be the principled man that he says he is? Will he be a journalist and give you the truth and report what Bobby Kennedy and Alex Jones and Donald Trump and James O'Keefe and the rest don't want you to know, Gore and everybody else don't want you to know? Will he do it? We'll see. We're putting him to the test here, people. Stay tuned.